Right now on News 4, assault allegations. What police are now saying about an incident at LaShawn McCoy's home and the support a former teammate is now offering.
Looking beautiful right through the finish of the work week, but we are tracking a chance for a few showers start of the weekend. We'll have the latest coming up.
Do you feel you were wrong?
Absolutely.
No escape. How people looking for a day of amusement say they were taken for a ride, and how the owner is now responding.
Live in high definition, this is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 11.
And we begin at 11 with breaking news from the Buffalo Police. They say a man is in critical condition after he was shot tonight.
Police say it happened on Broadway between Miller and Titus around 8 o'clock. He was rushed to ECMC. We don't know his name yet, but we will update our website, WIVB.com, with any new information on this shooting throughout the night.
The female who was assaulted, hit in the head, locked in the bathroom.
Police in Georgia have issued a report on alleged assault at Bills running back LaShawn McCoy's home. McCoy's ex-girlfriend still lives at that home outside Atlanta.
Her lawyers say she was badly beaten this week. Police did not release the name of the victim in this alleged attack, but Delisha Corden's lawyers say a man went into the home early Tuesday morning. They say he demanded that she give back jewelry McCoy had given her. When she refused, he beat her with a gun. No charges have been filed, but police are calling this an armed robbery, aggravated assault, and burglary. Corden's lawyers say McCoy has been trying to get her to move out of that house. McCoy has hired a well-known attorney from Atlanta. Former Bills lineman Richie Incognito said he is standing by McCoy. He said on Twitter that he knows the full story and warned against people making false assumptions. He also tweeted a picture of him with McCoy with the hashtag #PrayForShady. You can get updates on the alleged assault at LaShawn McCoy's home by downloading the News 4 app. It's a free download for your smartphone or tablet.
And new at 11, a woman is suing former Buffalo Bills defensive lineman Marcell Dareus. News 4 has obtained documents that accuse Dareus of sexually assaulting the woman and giving her a sexually transmitted disease. The lawsuit claims the two had sex at a hotel in Houston back in April. The woman says she didn't remember having sex and that Dareus never told her that he had STD. She's seeking more than $15,000 in damages.
I want to see a lot of public access. To me, that is just huge.
People in Buffalo are waiting to see the big changes coming to the Outer Harbor. They got to see plans for 3 new projects tonight.
And News 4's Rachel Monjovi tells us how these plans can give people more access to the waterfront. Rachel?
Don and Jackie, there's really a lot of potential to improve the Outer Harbor and draw more people to the waterfront. There's been some progress specifically at Wilkeson Point, but now project developers want to add more to the hundreds of acres of unused land. Whether it's kayaking, biking, or just taking a stroll, summer weather draws people to Buffalo's waterfront.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I try to get down here as often as I can.
Canalside has been booming for the last 10 years, offering events and family fun. But now it's time to expand, this time at Buffalo's Outer Harbor.
I just think that people want to enjoy these waterfront spaces.
The Erie County Harbor Development Corporation wants to transform more than 150 acres of land at the Outer Harbor, bringing more public access to areas like the first Buffalo River Marina, Wilkeson Point to Bell's Slip, and Terminal B. But leaders need your help enhancing the city's waterfront.
This is really an opportunity to hear from the public exactly what they want before we build the next great thing.
Residents envision a world-class destination, improving seasonal recreation with bike trails and boat launching. But most people also want to preserve nature as much as possible.
I think they really need to put an emphasis on keeping it natural so people can enjoy nature, Times Beach, enjoy the water, It would be great if we could actually swim in the water.
What people don't want to see is even clearer. No housing of any sort and no new structures.
I don't mind small amounts of development, but I just want it limited. I just don't want to see it go wild.
Joe McGrath has lived in downtown Buffalo for more than 25 years. He says this project is a long time coming.
It was dormant for so long, and now it's so exciting to see it all come together.
Project leaders will take tonight's feedback and use it to develop a clearer plan for the outer harbor. 2 more public meetings will be held before any plans are finalized. Officials tell us they'd like to have a final plan by early next year. Rachel Monjovi, News 4.
New at 11, a Buffalo man admitted to running a dog fighting ring. Joshua Mack pleaded guilty to an animal fighting charge today. Prosecutors say they found several injured dogs at his home on Roma Avenue, along with equipment used in dog fighting. The dogs were taken to the Erie County SPCA. 3 of them have been adopted. Mack faces up to 4 years in prison when he's sentenced on September 21st.
A man who dropped a 50-gallon trash can on a tourist in Niagara Falls is now going to prison. Zachary Messing was sentenced to serve between 2 1/3 and 7 years today. Messing dropped the trash can on a woman from a parking garage on Rainbow Boulevard last August. Messing pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment. He was just 17 at the time, but the judge denied him youthful offender status.
The first type of blood that's used, the greatest need, and also the greatest that's depleted.
There's a high demand for blood donations this summer. One donation center says more trauma patients check into local hospitals at this time of the year.
News 4's Shannon Smith talked to them about the message they're trying to spread. Shannon?
Well, question for you, Don and Jackie. Do you know your blood type? Many people, unfortunately like me, don't, but that's why UNIT says it's helpful to find that out, because now they're looking for donors with a specific blood type, type O.
The summer season brings the hot weather and family fun trips. But for medical professionals, this is known as trauma season.
Recently, there's been some additional traumas, accidents, and patients in our hospitals that we supply that have really dampened the blood supply.
From car accidents to violence to even emergency surgeries, Amanda Farrell says it's important to keep a healthy blood supply. She's the director of blood donor recruitment for UNIT, which supplies blood to several area hospitals. Farrell says there's always need for blood donations in the summer.
Yet people are on vacation this summer, so sometimes donating blood isn't often the first thing or, unfortunately, the last thing that people think of.
But she says UNIT currently needs a specific blood type, type O, both O negative and O positive. Farrell says O positive is the most common blood type. O negative is the rarest and most often used in trauma situations. She says depending on the injury, one trauma patient can use a hospital's entire supply of O type blood.
Because when a patient is coming in a trauma situation, before there's even a chance for the medical professionals to type them, anyone can receive type O negative blood.
Local hospitals like ECMC and Mercy Hospital in Buffalo say their supply is good for now. Farrell says one blood donor can save up to 3 lives with their donation. And she says Western New York is never in short supply of good neighbors.
Because it's really the blood that's on the shelves now that's going to help to care for those traumas, those accidents, those surgeries that are happening tomorrow.
Now, Farrell tells me more young people are actually donating blood now than in recent years. There is a community blood drive tomorrow from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Cornerstone Ice Arena in Lockport. Farrell says if you're planning to donate blood, remember to drink lots of water and eat a good meal beforehand. Now, you can find a list of other blood donation centers on our website at WIVB.com. Shannon Smith, News 4.
Big news today in Dunkirk. A power plant that has been in mothballs for years will not be revived. NRG shut down the power plant back in 2013, but later began working on trying to repower it. But NRG is now pulled out of that project. They say the $100+ million price tag to bring that plant back online is just too much.
Also in Dunkirk, plans for a new methadone clinic are going back to the drawing board. Hispanics United of Buffalo wanted to open a clinic right next to Northern Chautauqua Catholic School in Dunkirk. Some people complained about the clinic being so close to a school. The mayor of Dunkirk said those plans have now been scrapped. He says he will work with the group to find a better location.
The jury in the Buffalo Billion trial go back to work tomorrow morning in New York City.
A former Buffalo developer is one of 4 men on trial for their alleged roles in a bid rigging scheme. Louis Simonelli, Elaine Caballeros, and 2 Syracuse developers are charged with wire fraud and conspiracy. Prosecutors say they rigged the bidding process that brought a $750 million innovation hub to Riverbend.
It's a jury trial, and you never can quite predict. But the case went in well for Lou Simonelli, and I don't believe he did anything wrong. I strongly hope we'll have him back in Buffalo as an innocent man, but we'll find out from a jury in the next few days.
All 4 men pleaded not guilty in this case.
And coming up, the big changes that are coming to this year's Italian Heritage Festival.
Plus, locked out. People usually struggle to get out of escape rooms, but hear why some people say they weren't able to get in. Todd?
And the next couple of days, if it hasn't been warm enough for you, we'll be turning up the temperatures a little bit, but we'll also be turning up the humidity. We'll check in on that in our next chance for some raindrops coming up here. News 4 at 11.